point about forfeiture is that it effectively gives a windfall to the person who benefits from it, and that will generally be the landlord, because if you forfeit the lease comes to an end. There's no obligation to account to the leaseholder for any proceeds of the grant of a new lease. And so effectively it is quite a draconian remedy. The way that one might compare it, having just heard from Mr. Jupp of UK Finance, is if you have mortgage possession proceedings, you would normally expect, if you were in arrears of your mortgage, that you would have perhaps a possession order against you. If that were executed and the property was sold, the proceeds of sale would then be accounted to the borrower after, obviously, the cost of sale and so on have been taken into account. The same applies if you have a charging order registered against a property. You still account for the proceeds of sale. So forfeiture is quite an unusual remedy in that it does give a windfall, which is something which the law does not like to see. So that is problematic, but one of the issues that is arising increasingly, certainly from my experience and practice, is that it is being used as a remedy of first port of call, if you like, as opposed to a last port of call if there are service charge arrears. The reason for that is because of a case that came out in 2011 from the Court of Appeal, which has highlighted a landlord's ability to recover its legal costs relating to forfeiture from a leaseholder in full. So you end up in really quite a difficult situation with it. And it's certainly something which has come across my radar and across my desk much increasingly in the last few years.
Not only is there now this sort of, in effect, pressure to use forfeiture as a first resort in order to recover the costs of doing so. And it most certainly is a draconian remedy, and it most certainly does provide the landlord with a windfall when forfeiture happens, which has to be said is very, very rare for them to actually achieve forfeiture, but it's the threat.
Yes, I mean, there are the things the landlord can do, as you would in any other area of the law. You can sue for a money judgment, and if that's not paid and it's substantial, then you've got other remedies available to you. Forfeiture is fantastically draconian. The Law Commission consulted on its reform along with other methods of leasehold termination a few years back now. Their report was an outstanding piece of work, and I think it's in the long grass now. But so this is a well-travelled road, getting rid of forfeiture.